Self-sabotage is like trying to snuff out a candle before you've ever even struck the match. There's no time to see what could happen, but the opportunity has already gone. What if your self-sabotage has nothing to do with how capable you are, but everything to do with outsourcing your approval to other people? And we all learn to outsource really early on in life because at that stage, for good or bad, we are essentially at the whim of whoever our primary caregiver is. I think back and can still see myself standing at my bedroom door, seeing my mum scan my room looking for dust, locked in on her expression, my shoulders were tense, waiting for her nod of approval before I was then allowed to go and see my friends. And we learn to wait for our bedrooms to be inspected and our homework to be graded as confirmation of our goodness. And we do that so often and for so long that later on we wait for the promotion and we wait to be given more responsibility and we wait for someone to finally choose us, also as looking for confirmation of our goodness. But being good doesn't necessarily mean being true. And what no one tells you is that just because your life looks good, that doesn't mean that it feels good. And because of our early experiences, we also learn to wait for external validation rather than cultivating that real strong belief and foundational knowing within ourselves. So we might think or know that we've done the best version of our homework that we can, or that we've tidied our room as well as we know how to. But until someone else comes in and gives their verdict on the situation, our opinion just doesn't really rank in our own minds. We're always looking externally for that confirmation. I mean, would you let someone else tell you what shampoo to use? Or would you just use the one that you know works best for your hair? And for me, it wasn't even about shampoo, but planners. I kept on buying the trendy ones that everyone swore by would and told me that would 10 times my productivity. And I would use them for a week and then the rest of the pages would stay blank. Until one day, I just found a regular, kind of ugly one. And that changed everything because that was the one that worked for me. And I've never looked back. Your brain has been trained to track the trends and to track approval externally. But all of that tracking isn't helpful. It's actually diverting you away from what you know to be true. So the new way, pick your best shampoo and wait for the world to ask you what you're using. Be the trendsetter, not the follower. Because you were never meant to ask for permission. You were meant to be the one striking the match.